Okay, class, now it's time to see what you've learned about writing dialogue. To do this, I'm going to have you create your very own comic strip. But first, I want to review how we worked with comic strips and writing dialogue in Friday's lesson. So, pay attention to the lumens and we'll get started. Now, remember, the directions were to use certain things in our dialogue format. Who remembers what they were? Yes, quotation marks. What else? Select action verbs. Select good action verbs, right? And and include descriptive adverbs ending in ly. Now remember, they gave us a word bank with action verbs for us to use. But for adverbs, we used our adverb bulletin board. Remember, we talked about describing the verb by telling what? Who remembers what they were? Very good. That's right, by telling how or when something is done. Quickly, the happy soccer team raised their hands in victory. The action verb is? That's right, quickly. And it describes what? How the soccer team raised their hands in victory. Right. So remember, adverbs describe how and when something was done. You will be using adverbs to create your comic strip with dialogue. So remember to refer to the bulletin board for adverb suggestions. Now, the next thing we did was we took a pre-made comic strip with dialogue and used question marks, action verbs from the word bank, and descriptive adverbs to write out the comic strip in dialogue form. Here's what we came up with. Charlie Brown innocently asked Linus, "What are you doing out here?" "I'm waiting for the great pumpkin to appear," responded Linus eagerly. "You have a long wait. Halloween isn't until next Tuesday," intoned Charlie Brown. "I don't care. It's very peaceful out here," interrupted Linus. He then whispered, "Most psychiatrists agree that sitting in a pumpkin patch is excellent therapy for a troubled mind." There. Now that we've reviewed that, it's time for you to make your own comic strip. Here are the directions. Step 1. Choose 2 characters from the main character bank or create your own characters. Step 2. Create a 6-panel comic strip. Step 3. Draw your characters engaged in dialogue. Now here, you need to remember to draw your words first and then put the bubble around the word. That way you can fit in everything you need to say in your comic strip. Step 4. Write out your comic strip in dialogue form. Just like we did in the previous example, choosing good action verbs from the word bank, as well as including descriptive adverbs from our adverb bulletin board. Okay, I'm going to leave these directions up on the lumens while you're doing your project. However, for now, I'm going to move on and show you an example of the comic strip that I created. So as you can see, I drew my 6 panels on my lined paper. I then chose 2 characters, Rick and Sarah, and I engaged them in dialogue. And this is what they have to say. "I love your new hair color," Rick told Sarah. Laughingly, Sarah replied, "Thanks, I did it myself." "Did it take a long time?" questioned Rick. "Not too long," answered Sarah jokingly. "Only about 4 months," she finished. Rick thought to himself, "Wow, I wonder if she knows that that's a long time." Sarah pensively pondered, "I hope he knows I'm just kidding." Okay, now it's your turn. In your lined paper section of your English portfolios, I want you to do this project. I will leave this example as well as the directions up on the lumens throughout the project. If you have any questions, raise your hand and I will answer them. Thanks and good luck.